Welcome to my channel. So in this video I am going to explain the basic block diagram of 8051 microcontroller. Okay. So in the previous video I have explained clearly about that is the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller. So the basic difference between microprocessor and microcontroller, in microprocessor we don't have what inbuilt memory as well as inbuilt peripherals. Similarly, in case of microcontroller, we are having what both inbuilt memory and inbuilt peripherals in a single chip. So that is the basic difference between microprocessor and microcontroller. Now let us see the some of the blocks which are involved in 8051 microcontroller. Okay, so I already said that there is 8051 microcontroller as CPU. So it process whatever the operation which is carried out by the microprocessor and microcontroller, the same operation will be carried out by the CPU. So in this CPU it is going to attach with what different memory section and peripheral section. Okay, so here OSC indicates oscillator. So this oscillator is mainly used for generating the clock signals for operating this CPU. Okay, so this is the oscillator section, and this one is what interrupt controller. So interrupt controller for the interrupt handling capabilities. That is interrupts can be done in what in two ways. That is external interrupts and internal interrupts. So those that can be controlled by using this interrupt controller. So that is also available in your inbuilt it is inbuilt available in CPU, right? Next, here for the memory section, while coming to the memory section, so here two different types of memory sections are there. There is already I told now. So in 80 there is microcontroller. We are having what inbuilt memory support, right? So it has two memory sections. That is 4 KB of ROM. That is what this consists of what program memory. Okay, this consists of program memory. Okay, so this consists of program memory, and 128 bytes of RAM. That is data memory. That is data memory. So this memory can be accessed by the user while writing the assembly level language programming. Okay, so that is 128 bytes of RAM. Okay, and these are the two memory sections which are that is inbuilt memory sections which are available in the microcontroller chip itself, right? So there is 4 KB of ROM, there is program memory, as well as 128 bytes of RAM, that is data memory. This data memory can be accessed by using the user for accessing this data memory function. So unit that is 8 bit address, that is 00 to 7F. Okay, so that address locations we can use it for what assembly level language programming, right? Then the next section is a timer section. So here two different two 16-bit timers are there. That is timer 0 and timer 1. Timer 1, right? So here this timer and timer 0 and timer 1 will act as also, that is counter inputs. Okay, that is basically it will act as both timer as well as counter. Okay, that is number of event of getting the number of clock pulses. Okay, counting the number of clock pulses. So that can be done by using timers and timer 0 and timer 1. Okay. So this is also one peripheral support, okay, an additional peripheral support which is available in the CPU, that is microcontroller, right? Next, this bus controller is used for to control all data access, that whether address bus and data bus and control bus, everything that internal operation communication can be done by using this bus controller. And this is very important. There is 4 IO ports are there in your 8051 microcontroller. That is port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. Each port consists of 8 pins. That is port 0. That is port 0 as P0.0 to P0.7. That is 0.0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 up to 0.7. That is 8 bits each. Similarly for P1 also, P1 contains P1.0 to P1.7. P1.7. Similarly P2 also P2.0 to P2.7. Similarly P3.0 to 3.7. So totally we are having what? This is contains 8 pins, 8 bits and 8 pins, and P3 also contains 8 pins. Totally 32 IO pins are there in 8051 microcontroller. You can access the different input and output connections through this input and output blocks. But in case of microprocessor, we don't have what predefined IO ports are not available in microprocessor chip, right? So we have to connect what externally, the IO processor we have to connect to externally to your CPU in case of microprocessor. But in case of microcontroller, that is 8051 microcontroller, you are having what inbuilt peripherals support. That is direct input devices from the sensors, either maybe inputs maybe a sensor or keypad or any other input device. So that can be directly connected to through these ports, port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. Okay, this port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3, this pins and all we can see in the that is 8051 pin diagram. Okay, pin diagram video. So okay, in that I have explained clearly clearly about this all these ports. Okay, what is the use of port 0, port 1, port 2 and port 3. Okay, so this is 4 IO ports are available in the 8051 microcontroller. And another extra section is our serial port is available. So here serial port indicates that is full duplex UART. That is UART means universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter. That facility is available in this 8051 microcontroller. Okay, so it supports what data transmission. So transmit data from the CPU, that is this is what using TXT pin, and receive data from the outside what, that is RXT pin. So through the serial communication. Okay, so this support also available in 8051 microcontroller. So that's why, so the CPU 8051 microcontroller, that is any microcontroller contains that is inbuilt memory as well as inbuilt peripheral support. Here inbuilt peripherals are what, that is IO port, serial port, timer 0 and timer 1. Okay, and interrupt control. All these were interrupt. This is in case of 8051 microcontroller. But if you go for any other higher end microcontrollers like a PIC microcontroller or ARM microcontroller, means extra peripherals also available. That is ADC channels. Okay, so extra peripherals also that facility also available for the higher end microcontrollers. Okay, so that's why the main difference between your microprocessor and microcontroller is what microcontroller contains what, it supports both both inbuilt memory as well as inbuilt peripheral support in a single chip. Okay, this shows the clear cut explanation of your what microcontroller when compared to microprocessor. Okay, so these differences and all already I have discussed in the previous video. Okay, now you can understand by seeing this block diagram. Okay, so this is the basic block diagram of 8051 microcontroller. Okay, hope you understood and enjoyed this video. So please like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you.